This is my 2013 Ford Raptor. What's up, guys? Welcome to part one of modernizing my Gen 1 2013 Ford Raptor. This thing might be a decade old, but with the right upgrades, I believe it can still go toe-to-toe with even the most modern trucks. In today's episode, I'm gonna walk you guys through some things we've already installed, and then I'm gonna show you guys some key changes that we plan to do to it, as well as some LED exterior lighting, and just some things that scream 2013. Let's start with the interior on this truck. One of the first things that I did was I swapped out to this Tesla-style vertical Android screen, and it completely transformed the interior. To me, that's one of the biggest, number one thing you could do. The main reason that I like these screens is there's like a love-hate relationship with them. Some people absolutely love them, and then some people will tell you they're junk. I've had nothing but good luck with mine. I like these because you get to retain your sync. So you take the module, you slap it onto the new screen, all is well. You still get to utilize all your Ford factory functions. But what I really love about this is, for one, you're gonna get wireless CarPlay, which there's a lot of dudes not even using the wireless CarPlay. They're just getting like a data plan and straight up using this as a tablet since it's Android based. And I do both. Since I don't drive this truck on the regular, I don't have a data plan, so I just use wireless CarPlay for the most part. But on the Gen 2, I actually have a data plan attached to that, and I run like my Spotify app. I just think that if you can't afford the wireless data plan, it's the better route to go. But if you're just using wireless CarPlay for the most part, I have no issues with it. Next, I swapped out the original steering wheel with this carbon fiber one with perforated grips. This one here that I have, it's called the Revasol, I believe, or something like that. I will say, however, this isn't true carbon fiber. It is a hydro-dipped carbon fiber. It looks so clean, and it gives your truck just that kind of like sporty, newer update feel to it. A lot of you guys have been asking about the Tesfeel steering wheel for this, and that's the one that I have in the Gen 2 Raptor. It's actual carbon fiber, and I know you guys are kind of holding off for it. Last I heard, within like the last couple weeks, they told me that they had production issues, it's going through testing and all that. If you guys aren't looking to wait around, I really don't have an accurate ETA, but this is what they told me, so it does sound maybe soonish. But if you guys are looking just to get a wheel and you don't want to wait, definitely pick up this hydro-dipped one. I also hardwired in a dash cam, which is a no-brainer for safety, and it's going to record both the front and the rear of the vehicle at all times, and it just blends right in with the interior. And that's another thing that's going to give you just an updated feel. And one of the key features that I really love with it, outside of just for safety precautions, just having the recording of the front and the rear, is the visibility that you get. Because now I have that camera mounted on my back window up high. Now I'm able to see my blind spots. So I literally can see the bed of my truck. And that means I can see in my blind spots to the left and to the right. It's just an extra thing that I can now see. And I'll tell you guys, even just now reversing, I don't hardly even feel like I use my reverse camera that's factory. I feel like I kind of pay more attention to the reverse camera that's in the dash cam. Lastly, this magnetic phone mount keeps my phone locked in place at all times. And that is made by a company called Tacform. And there's a couple reasons why I like running the Tacform mounts. One being that I don't have to drill into my factory dash. So I have the Tacform in the Gen 2, I have the Tacform in here, and it's just double-sided taped on, so I don't have to drill, which I really like. And everything is quality. Pretty much all the parts that you get from Tacform are gonna be made out of aluminum. So those are just some of the interior mods that I've already done, just to kind of modernize and bring this thing up to feeling like a newer truck. The original plan of attack was I was gonna swap out the keypad, and that's the keypad that goes on the driver's side door. And basically, this thing is just kind of like wore out, dingy, lots of dirt, needs cleaned. But see how it's green LEDs? You might not even be able to pick that up on the camera. What I did was I took the board out, I soldered in white LEDs. But I think I may have soldered the bulbs in the wrong way because they're like polarity sensitive, yada yada. And I just don't really feel like dicking with this right now. So we're gonna postpone this to the next episode. So I guess we're just gonna bypass that for right now. So I ended up picking a few items up from Morimoto. I feel like they have like some of the cleanest aftermarket light products that you can get for your vehicles. Obviously, there's a few other brands out there, but I've always just kind of been partial to the styling that Morimoto offers. So we picked up the Morimoto puddle lights, and we also got this new item. This is the Morimoto boost bar. So basically what it's going to do is it's just going to go on the license plate bracket, and then you wired it into your tail lights. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's super simple. It's basically just going to add a lot of extra lighting when you're in reverse. And the Morimoto puddle lights, these are going to go under your mirrors and replace these guys. Mine are completely burnt out. They don't work at all. We can't do a before and after, but I can tell you guys that I did this on my 12th gen F-150, and these make a huge difference. We're going to get the boost bar installed first. So literally, it goes onto your license plate bracket. 2 wires. Now, apparently in the instructions, it says if you already have Morimoto XP taillights, there's already a plug on the taillight that this just plugs into, so we don't have to do any splicing. But it comes with this little piece right here. This is just a splice into your factory wires. We're not going to use that, at least I don't think we are, because I have XP taillights. And before we go ahead and install it, we ought to probably just do a before and after so we can see what it actually does. Now we know on the passenger side, that's where that adapter plug is. Plan of attack, it's gonna go that way. I think we're just gonna take the wire and route it over. There's no holes behind here. And so we're just gonna just route that sucker, I think through here somewhere, a couple zip ties, up through the hole, plug it in. I mean, that's less than probably 10 minutes. This saves me so much time because when I record, not only do I have to like figure things out, but I have to like record and do it, and it just takes me a lot longer. So I finally get to install something quick. Simple enough. Now, before you put it back together, you have to check it, because you know what happens if you put it together and you don't check it, it doesn't work. But considering this is one plug, it has to work. And now we just need to see how much improvement we got. Lights. We gotta hold the brake to put it in reverse. Oh yes, way better, way more brighter. That's a definite yes. So even if you don't have the plug and play taillights like I do, it's literally 2 wires. Shut up. The next modification we have to do those puddle lights. The puddle lights are going to be cool. They add, like, I guess, an ambiance to the truck. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. It just sucks that they're burnt out. There's the factory puddle light. It's just got 2 male prongs, so the females just plug in. I literally swapped those out in like 5 minutes. And you can see the difference. It actually does help when you're in like dark spaces. You turn on your vehicle, you see the door. So if you guys are thinking about swapping these, it's literally a 5-minute job. Next up, and this is the thing I'm most excited about, are these Morimoto XP Evos. These headlights just dropped not that long ago. I've been seeing them on other people's rides, and I'm insanely jealous that I haven't installed them yet. So now we're going to take the truck out, we're going to get some drone shots, and we're going to get you guys some shots of what the factory HID light output is, and that's basically with brand new Osram headlights that a lot of people love. That right there, guys, is what the factory HID looks like, but those are fresh, brand new Osram, like D3S bulbs. There's like 2 different Osram bulbs. There's these ones that are more white, and then there's ones that I think that have a little more yellow tint, but they might have a little more bright output. But I think you can't go wrong with these white ones. I'll link them down below. And as you guys can see from the drone shots, like these are very bright. If you have an older F-150 or Raptor with the HID front end, and your lights just don't seem as bright as they once were, that's just because they're wore out. So you need to put some new bulbs in them. So it's either you spend $160 on bulbs, which I'm not gonna lie, is kind of a lot. So I spent $160 on these bulbs, and I'm probably gonna sell these headlights. So whoever buys them, they're gonna get brand new bulbs inside of them. We gotta hurry up and get these installed because it is currently close to 11 o'clock p.m. and I just don't know how late my neighbors stay up, so I don't want to piss them off by starting this thing at 12:30, come back at 1 o'clock. It is what it is. They'll accept it, but I got respect for the neighbors. So we got to hurry up and try to get these in as fast as we possibly can. This shouldn't take too long. I've swapped headlights before. I know we do got to run a harness, plug it into the fuse box that's under the hood. I hate trying to get this thing one-handed. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, I can't do it. Upon first notice, I'm missing the this piece right here. It's just these couple little screws. This one's, you know, this is kind of typical. The more and more you take these headlights out, replace it, this just gets, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. 3 bolts, pops out. I've got a straight up mess. So this module here is the off-road one. That's the DOT spec. We just need to swap this out, and I think you're supposed to put a little grease around it, which it comes with, a little grease. So we just got to swap that plug out. As per the instructions, it looks like red's going to be white DRL, turn signal fade off. Blue plug's going to be white, turn signal sequential. Green's going to be amber DRL, turn signal fade off. Black plug, DRL amber, turn signal sequential. Boom, that's what we want. As much as I want to mess with this and see how the white LED looks, I already know I'm going to run amber. It doesn't matter how good the white looks. The amber has to be on the Ford Raptor. And I already know I want the sequential. I've looked at this already. Sequential. Okay, these are sick. These are exactly what the Gen 1 needed, and just the DRL alone is night and day difference. Like, that is absolutely legit. When you go to unlock it, it's got the sequential little startup. You can kind of see that. But the DRL alone just adds so much to it, and the cool part is I can switch over to the white LED, and who knows, maybe I'll get bored and I will switch over to that, but for right now, amber's the way to go. And a couple of the benefits with these is those plugs, you can change it. So instead of being like a sequential, you can do like a fade off. So the whole thing just kind of fades. That's legit. And the other thing that you can do with these that's customizable, there's already a bright built into these lights, which I believe is like bi-xenon is what they call it. Fact check me, I guess. These right here are the Morimoto one bangers that they installed in these. It comes with a plug where it's not enabled at the moment, but you just stick that plug in and they're enabled. We stuck the off-road module in, which makes these up to 30% brighter. Then we stuck that plug in, so now we have the one bangers on as well. So when you flip the brights on, you get the brights out of here, and then you get the one bangers on. So you get so much freaking light output from these headlights. Right now, you could tell when I'm driving, and you'll see it in the drone shots, one of them's lower than the other. This one here is actually pointed down a little more. I just hurried up and installed these knowing that tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to adjust these. Even though out of the box they're supposed to be adjusted for a factory F-150, I'm guessing it's the F-150, and it tells you how many turns you need to adjust it based off the height of your truck. My passenger side is a lot lower than the driver's side, and you can just see it in the beam pattern from the drone shots that definitely one's lower than the other. But the light output versus the factory versus these, night and day difference. Tomorrow I'm gonna dial these in and get them perfect. You have to park like 25 feet away from somewhere and then measure up from, there's like a little center dot right here, and it breaks that down in the instructions. But I think what I'm most stoked about is just having the DRLs. I absolutely love the DRL. So not only do we have the Morimoto XB Evos up front, we have now the Morimoto puddle lights, which now that brightened up the doors, and then we also have the Morimoto XB tail lights. So as of right now, we have Morimoto everything. The only thing we don't have is that third brake light. Really not sure what we're gonna do yet, because I think if I replace it with the Morimoto XB third brake light, I think your marker lights don't work. I think somebody did make a harness adapter to where this will make these work. And technically you're not DOT approved if your marker lights aren't working on these Raptors, just because they're kind of a wider truck. So that's not like the biggest deal breaker. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet with that third brake light. If I can get it to work with the side markers, I'm definitely gonna get the XB third brake light, because I had it on my 12th gen F-150 and it looks sick as well. That's the startup when you use the remote start key fob on those XBs, which is just added coolness to it. It was kind of late last night, so I just hurried up and rushed home. I still have a complete mess up here from last night, because I think it was about 1 a.m. when I actually got home, if not very close. These factory headlights, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I know some people are probably going to want to buy these. Right now, unless I get a really good offer, I think I'm probably going to hold on to these for a little bit. The reason being is these actually looked like they were kind of in bad shape but it's actually just got that like invisible clear film on it to protect it. So I have reason to believe that these things are probably in like really, really good shape. So let's just peel this and find out for ourselves. I'm gonna have to two-hand this, I think. Yeah, these things are damn near mint after ripping off this clear film. There's some lines right here, but that was just from peeling this so fast. I think it's just like extra glue, like residue. So I'll just get that wiped off. But yeah, these things are damn near like mint condition on these lenses. No imperfections, no cracking from the sun, nothing like that. I think for right now, I'm going to hold on to these. I'm not really in a rush to sell them because it's going to be hard to come by 2013 HIDs, especially in this kind of shape. But who knows? Make me an offer and maybe I have to sell them. Who knows? But just keep in mind that they have brand new $160 bulbs in them. And then I also have these Sylvania LEDs, which these were a whopping 20 bucks off Amazon. And those are going to go right here because one of them's burnt out. That's all I got for you guys today on stage 1 of modernizing the first gen Raptor. The next video to be on the lookout for, that's going to be pretty much interior only. So we got some cool upgrades coming for that. So be on the lookout. And if you guys have any other like modernizations, things that possibly could need updated that just adds to the first gen Raptor, for sure drop it down in the comments below. And of course, make sure to drop this video a like. I'll see you guys. Peace.